On September 11, 2001, 19 people from the Islamic extremist group Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 planes and carried out suicide attacks against the United States. Osama bin Laden was the mastermind behind this attack. 2 planes were flown into the World Trade Center in New York City. The 3rd plane hit the Pentagon close to Washington, D.C., and the 4th plane crashed on a field in Pennsylvania. At 8:46 a.m. Tuesday morning, American Airlines Boeing 767 plane crashed into the 93rd to the 99th floors in the North Tower of the World Trade Center. 18 minutes later, at 9:03, another Boeing 767 plane crashed into the South Tower near the 75th to 85th floor. Over 3,000 people were killed.
The following audio clip is an emergency call from a woman named Melissa Doy trapped in one of the towers.
I'm on the 83rd floor. On the 86 what? 8695. 8695. It's at the World Trade Center. Someone having difficulty breathing on the 83rd floor. Okay, ma'am, how you doing? Are they going to be able to get somebody up here? Well, of course, ma'am. We're coming up to you. Well, there's no one here yet, and the floor is completely engulfed. We're on the floor, and we can't breathe. Okay. And it's very, very, very hot. Is it all the lights still on? The lights are on, but it's very hot. Ma'am. Very hot. We're all the way on the other side of Liberty, and it's very, very hot. When your lights, you can turn the lights off? No, the lights are off. Okay, good.
Air travel before 9/11 was trouble-free. There were no life-threatening aspects of boarding a plane. It was as simple as taking the bus, subway, or train. Air travel was never viewed as a threat to American citizens. The tragedy of 9/11 became a wake-up call to the United States that the undemanding travel on airplanes was in need of improvement. Before 9/11, ID only had to be shown when you were checking in. The crew had an option of showing their employee ID when going around security checkpoints. The only 2 questions that were asked to the passenger were, did you pack your own bags, and have your bags been seen outside your control? Also, before the attack, passengers could bring sharp objects such as knives, box cutters, and sharp scissors on the plane. The 19 terrorists of the attack were easily allowed to bring box cutters on the plane with them at the 3 East Coast airports. Prior to the attacks, X-ray machine operators at private security firms averaged about 12 hours of training, and now they require more than 100 hours of training for all passenger and baggage screeners. The crew was strictly forbidden to carry guns, and passengers were allowed to use the bathroom near the cockpit. Unlike today, passengers only had to arrive minutes before their flight, and family and friends were able to accompany them all the way to the gate to say their goodbyes. The following clip shows 2 of the hijackers passing through security. They were let through so easily, nobody knew what they had planned to do.
Many failed and attempted terrorist attacks after 9/11 changed security drastically. For example, after a plot to use explosives and liquids, people began to have to carry liquids in small containers inside a plastic bag. Also, another example was when a man, Richard Reed, tried to hide explosives in his shoes. People now have to place their shoes to get checked. The Aviation and Transportation and Security Act was created after 9/11 to improve aviation security. This document did things such as develop plans for dealing with threats and enforce security-related requirements. Also, as a result of the Aviation 2004 Act, TSA reduced its workforce of screeners to 45,300 people after concerns of overstaffing. Other acts, like the Butler and Poole Act of 2000, made TSA rethink checked baggage screening using EDS machines, which can check and process 150 to 200 bags per hour. The change of security started to become a controversial event. For example, a lot of Americans feel that being patted down was not necessary and that it was even unconstitutional in some cases.
This clip shows a woman who argues with TSA over them patting down her daughter. After she finally agrees to allow her 14-year-old daughter to get a pat down, she refuses to go on herself, so they arrested her.
When she went to court, she was proven guilty.
9/11 was a major turning point in transportation. Things will never be the same, and the lives lost will never be forgotten.